Hello.
We're back again. This is fun, Alex.
Yeah, I know. We like to podcast for you guys.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we like to explain things to you, give you some background about why we do
what we do.
things the way we do. Here we talked a little bit last week about how CrossFit Reincarnation came to be. This week we're going to talk about one of the things that we do here. We do foundation sessions, one-on-one personal foundations sessions that we call on-ramps here. And we want to explain to you a little bit why they're very important when coming into CrossFit Reincarnation. That's one of the things that we changed, one of the things we've evolved and gotten better with. As coaches, Alex and I, we want to tell you why they're important for you and our client. Any clients new coming in here.
Well, I want to talk about, like, as an athlete, how I started. I wish I would have that, like those on-ramps. Like, I wish I would have that foundation, because when I jump into CrossFit, I was not knowledgeable of what was really, like, I saw videos on YouTube. I didn't even know what CrossFit was. I didn't know none of that. For the only reason I came here, it was like, you guys know that story, like just looking for one skill. And I wish someone would have told me, like, how low my squat was, or how my form was, or also learning my coaches when they give me a cue. I wish I would have that, because now I see the new athletes that come here and they do the on-ramps, how much, like, they evolve during class. I felt like for an entire year when I started, I was stuck, like what imam means, or what, like, like those things that you're like, warm up, what is the greatest stretch of the world, like, know, like, or.
So let's kind of start with what they are, what they do. So we have 4 personal training sessions that you go through if you choose to be going into our CrossFit classes. Those 4 personal training sessions need to be completed before you join the class. We go over different things over the 4 sessions. So different skills. We talk about squats. We talk about presses. We talk about jumping, hinging at the hips, deadlifts, and pulling, pull-ups. We do talk about the Olympic lift, the snatch. It's just an introduction to it, so you kind of know what it is before you go into classes. And then each session, there's a different style of workout that you see. So there's an AMRAP, as many rounds and reps as possible. So you learn what that feels like. Then there's 4 rounds.
4 rounds, yes.
4 rounds. So you know what it means to complete a task of a set task in a certain amount of time. Then there's an imam style, where you work for a certain amount of time and then you rest for a certain amount of time and get as many reps. So you know what that one feels like. Then there's just a strict chipper style workout for time. So you know what it means to complete that kind of work. And then throughout all of those, you learn those skills. Our clients get to know where they're at with those skills, their form, and
how it feels to do a real squat. How does it feel to do a real press, having things up your head? How does it feel to engage the parts of your body that we usually don't think about a lot, and also the regulation of your breathing.
We talk about that.
So those are the things that you learn, and also that we learn from you.
We get to learn where you're at. You get to know what it feels like to be in a workout that maybe you haven't felt that way for a while. Before you do a
Right.
workout in front of a bunch of other people, you learn where it's in a more safe environment and we can regulate and control what you're doing and the, equipment you're using and things like that.
Yeah. And also that you don't feel a stranger in class when we have a workout on the board and we explain. And also for us is like a joy come see you in and you don't see any stranger.
Yeah,
You know,
you're at least know somebody who's gonna be there
for
in the
you.
class where you're not just coming in a little bit scared.
I was scared.
What
I came on a Saturday
was a
for my
Saturday
first
your first
workout.
class?
It was a class of like, and it
Not
was,
that Saturdays should be scary.
it was for me.
It was for Alex.
Cause I never been, like, I
Yeah.
never was like in a full class. Like I tried to do a lot of things, but that one, like, I was like, oh my, like I was afraid. I even like, I think I was like, what am I gonna wear? Like, am I gonna wear my favorite tennis shoes, like, or which leggings I'm gonna use, like I didn't know anything. Like, I don't know. Like I was so nervous the first time. I even have a picture somewhere where I took a picture of all the people and I see people dying on the sidelines, like, and it was scary for me. And not scary is I didn't know anyone and just coming in and well, you have to do this. And I was like, should I look at this person how is doing it? Like, no one explained me a movement or what I was gonna do. None of that. I remember I was like a little bit in like what that means, like, and
Okay.
also imagine like my Spanglish, like in terms of movements and liftings, and I was like,
Yeah.
what that means? Like, I didn't know, like, and I asked again and again, and probably the people that I was coaching in that time, they were like, this girl.
Well, I know even if you do go through the on-ramps, you're still gonna have
Yeah,
questions.
absolutely.
And you're still gonna be like, what was that movement
was that
again?
movement?
It takes a while to learn the movements, but at least you're familiar. You're familiar with us. You can feel
And-
comfortable asking
Yes,
questions.
and now you also have a show and tell, you know what I'm saying? Like a show and tell of the movement. We are very always to show you what the movement is and what it does. Like we have those type of questions had that, like even when we're doing our on ramps, like every time I do an on ramp, it's like, I wish I would have done this like shoulder press. I wish they could have give me this cue. I wish I would have known my sit up, my wall ball. When I saw like wall balls and I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are things you learn, you get familiar with, so you're comfortable. And like I said, you know what you're able to do. Now, people sometimes leave our gym.
Yeah.
And then after a year of being gone, we like to put our clients back through the on-ramps again.
Yes.
And this might seem silly, but maybe you've had experience with CrossFit maybe for a while, but there's been a whole year
of changing
not
also.
coaching you, not knowing where you're at,
And also
you
evolving.
not being in here, and us as coaches evolve.
We
and
evolve
learn
a lot and learn new things
so
every day.
it's good to have that dynamic again of between the client and the coach where we can get to know each other again after a full year of being away from it.
Yeah, because
Get
coaches
to know how to coach and how you are moving again.
Yes.
Things change. Injuries might happen. Maybe it was an injury.
Maybe there's
we
an
gotta
injury
learn
there
where you're at with that injury and
how you feel.
and how you're moving again.
Yes.
That's why it's important for us, even after a year.
And also, so we can work around you and we can work on the things that are going to matter for faster healing and not re-injure again.
Yeah.
So we want to be very specific on that. And I feel like by example, in my golden hour, I do work around each individual because some of them had injuries from the mines.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming and they think they're strong and I can do that. And then you find out that this movement hurts. It's the same with each individual. That's why we do on ramps. Even on the golden hour has on ramps. But on ramps are so important because then I see it and Coach Cori see the range of motion and how low you can go on your squat. And maybe there's something hurting there. And maybe we can work on stretch and we can give you good cues so you can get the most of a workout. So in learning you and you learning us, I think that's like a marriage.
Yeah,
Kind of like a
it's a
tango.
relationship.
Like a tango. Yes. Yeah, it's like a tango, but that's so it's good to have. And I think no one should skip that because you want to go jump into whatever gym. You don't in CrossFit, you don't have stationary gadgets. You don't have stationary.
Yeah, you don't have machines with little signs on the side
telling you how to use it. And it's so good, like, that you have a one-on-one telling you how that arm looks like, how your squat looks like, how your quad looks like, how your range of like how, and then we ask you how you feel. How does that feel? If it hurts, if it feels good, they feel like different. Like your muscles, how they working, And I think it's, like I said, you don't come here, like, imagine just walking here and just like, whatever. Like, you're questioning, well, there's just barbells and rigs.
And why is it important for people's progress?
Yeah.
And it's, they know where to work, where maybe their weakest points are.
Mm-hmm.
And along with their goals and how they move is typically really important in how they reach their goals.
No, and one thing I wish,
being comfortable with their movements.
And I wish I would have on ramps if someone would tell me, you need to work on your pull-ups. You need to work on your pull-ups.
There's other things.
Yeah,
I won't say.
Yeah, like you would have worked on your upper, like, because like I work on my strengths, but I would have loved to someone mention my weaknesses in a coachable way, right?
Right, in a positive way.
In a positive, in a positive input, and I could be challenging that over and over again the same way I challenge other of my weaknesses. And I think that's very important for each athlete that comes here that wants to get better at something.
Right. And that's really important. One thing I will tell this story. Alex was doing a push-up in class and one time, and someone said, "Oh, that push-up sucks." And that affected Alex in a way that was like hurtful. And it's like, no.
Mm-hmm. It did. Like, but it was like I knew my push-up was weak on that time. And the way that the person said, because it wasn't even playful, or, like sometimes you take, well, like, no, this was like, but it was like oh my God, like that push-up really sucks. And I could have taken it like from the person and be like, but the tone was different. And the entire class was there. And I was like, you know what? I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
Like.
That's kind of why, like, we want to build that positive rapport with you before you jump into the class.
Yes, exactly. And we want to build that rapport with you. And not just that, like, even just seeing you every 3 months and see where you at in your strengths and keep working on those things that you're still struggling with that's amazing. I wish, like I said, I wish I would, like, now I have it because I'm still an athlete and I'm still look for my coach, and I'm like, watch this, coach, please, or input. And she tells me, you need to work on this, Alex. And sometimes it's hard to take it, but you need to leave your ego on the side, hang it out the door, and be open to feedback.
Yeah. And
feedback.
Speaking of that, that's one of our core values is being coachable.
Being coachable.
I don't remember. Did we talk about that before? No, we talked about commitment.
And
kindness.
It is.
I can't remember. But coachable is being
able to be open to feedback.
Open to feedback.
You know, feedback is very important. Even like, you know, like, it's like I said, in exactly, leave your ego like outside of the door, hang it, and you're here like fully naked.
What? No, we don't get
not fully
literally.
naked, you know, not fully naked,
vulnerable is
but
not
be vulnerable to get the feedback and be like, hey, you need to work on this. And by me, it's like, oh, I know, I need to keep working on this. And that's when I started to scale workouts. I'm not afraid to scale workouts.
Teach how, like, we see something in your on-ramps and we're like, when you see this in the workout, I want you to do this. Keep that in mind. You don't have to keep up with
anyone else
but yourself.
This is your own race. This is your own push. This is us for you and you for us. You know, we have all the skills here in the hand so we can teach you and coach you so you can accomplish better workouts and work through those things that you can. Is just remember, practice makes the master. Mm-hmm. Practice makes the master. So for that reason, is like, okay, we're gonna work on this, and that's why it's so important to have on ramps, and also that makes us accountable and make you accountable of what we're seeing, and we can talk about it and be like, okay, well, let's work on this. When you come to class, let's use this weight. Let's use this barbell. We graduate you from the 5-pound to the 25-pound to the 35-pound barbell, you know, and stuff like that. We don't really graduate you.
Well, sort of. I mean, we can see when you're getting
see when you're getting stronger. I can tell right now, like all the people that used to be on the 5-pounder, they're moving to the 25-pound barbell. Mm-hmm. You know, like, or the 35. Okay, well, I'm going to move to this one. Is that okay? And they ask you, and also that do not being afraid to ask, what should I use this time, coach? What weight you recommend? Because we have your stats on one side. When you sign in, we have your stats. We know what you've been doing. We know what you've been working on. And it's like, okay, well, now it's time to use this. Now it's time to use that. You know, like, and I think that's exactly why the on-ramps are so important. So communication gets established. Like free communication
is important, and we can get that established too easily with that one-on-one.
And I think, like, I'm proud of what we do here in CrossFit Reincarnation as coaches, because exactly, we don't want a 30 people class. We don't. We want a class where I'm able to coach every single individual or give a cue. At least each person leaves with a cue.
That's one thing that's beautiful with our classes here. Even when they get to the limit of 12 people.
Yeah.
At the end of the class, I always have that reflection of what happened in the class. Did I talk to each individual? Did I give a cue to each individual? Did I give a personal touch to each person? And every time I've had that opportunity to speak to each person. And that is something I love about here.
Yes.
I love getting that personal touch with each person. And it's really important to me. And with those on-ramps, we can learn a little bit about you and be able to have that ability to have that personal touch when you come in here with 10 other people. Yes. It's
and also remember just not like give a good feedback to you and be like, hey, good job, like you did great today, like and we don't say it just very lightly, because we see your progression towards, since we saw you on the on-ramp.
When you're just learning
from day one.
A lot of time, some people are
on your 200 classes, you know?
Yeah.
Or your 100 classes. You know, we know the progression. We see you grow, and we see how strong you're getting, you know, and I think that's the beauty of it, like on the coaching part, like that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. So that's great. That's hopefully that helps you understand and explains to you why our on-ramps are really important to us and to our clients here.
Or also how they call them onboard on-ramps. Well, for us, it's on-ramps,
sometimes
but
it's foundations,
the foundations,
introductory personal training sessions.
But personal
just
training
gets you up.
Yeah, and personal training is also important. Like here and there, like once a month, have a 101, 30-minute, 1 hour of a skill, because I think there's a lot of skills that also has to be. You don't learn that in one class.
You don't progress as quickly.
You don't progress that as much as you should. And sometimes it's like better to be like, hey, like let's book you like a 101 session.
Yeah, all of our new clients are on that new our new plan, our new group class plan, where we've taken off the restrictions of how many classes you can come in, and then you also get a 30-minute personal training session every month. And that is something we found to be very helpful in the progression of our clients and helping them with their skills that they're working on, different goals that they're working on. They can even use that 30 minutes for nutrition, mobility, a specific movement skill, different things, but it's that 30 minutes of your personal time.
It's like those are precious. And I think I think that's one of the things like I appreciate from like my coach and CrossFit Reincarnation is that you can have that now and also like work on those things, like I think that's amazing. Like, I'm not going to speak for other gyms or anything, but for us, that's like our staple. And I'm not afraid to say, to be like, you need to go to on-ramps. It's okay. Like, if you have been away from the gym you can't come just here and be like, well, I'm ready to work out. And you're like, well, let me see where you at. Yeah. We need to, yeah, exactly. I want to see your mobility. I want to see how you feel with me also coaching you and which way you want to be coached. Each person that comes here has a different, like we have to have a different approach on the coaching matter. It usually tweaks a little bit in how they, how do you say it? How they grab that information from you. Like there's things that works for one people and there's another things that work from other people.
There's lots of different ways to coach someone. Alex and I, it's been a year now since we've gotten our level 2, CrossFit level 2. And
I think that changed me a lot in my coaching. That changed me a lot. And the coach I had.
Things I see or actually focus on and look for more and notice different things I notice.
Like my coach for my instructor for my level 2, she's part of CrossFit Mafia in Colorado. And she was amazing. I can't say nothing. Like I learned so much from her. And I think I went to that trip. I was a little bit injured. I was hurting. And she was like, you need to learn how to read the entire room. You need to learn this, and this. How many people you can have in one room for coaching? How can you cue one person? How you cue that person? If you need to tell, if you need to touch, if you need to move, if you need to really demonstrate, like all those things that so amazing. And I think that was like the one that fulfilled me the most, like even level 1, but level 2 was just amazing for me. And I will take it again. That's what I need to say about that. And it changed me as a coach, how I approach. And sometimes when you have a doubt how you coach a person, she was like, I remember she looked at me and she said, you know what is bad here? Like, you know what is not clicking here? So you need to go and be like, no, you need to do this. Like, if you have to touch the person, ask, I'm going to touch you right now. And I remember that time and I was like, I remember I make that person do that movement. Like her cue.
But then they thought they weren't able to.
Yeah. And then, exactly. And for me, it was like break also the barrier of self-doubt that I was like, or the fear to tell somebody that it wasn't like the right move, like how to approach that. Like you don't have to be like, you have to go move it, put your hands under it, tell them you need to do this. This is how you do it. And then just see the magic happening was like, oh my, I want to use this. I want these tools so hard. But it was really good. I can't say nothing else. That changed me as a coach. I'm not the same coach I was a few years ago.
No.
But now I feel like I have the tools, and I'm still looking for tools.
Yeah, we're always learning, always getting better, as our clients are, as you all are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those always growing,
and we want to evolve for you guys to keep helping you reincarnate. Yes, every single time,
every day,
and evolving and learning. I think learning, like being coachable.
You know, that's another one of our values is education. We can talk about it a different time too.
Yeah, education. We want to be better always for you guys. And I think and we read more than like every single time to have the right answers for you. I
was just looking up some information about CrossFit and Parkinson's the other day. It was very interesting about the different things, but there's so many different things we can learn.
Anyways,
thanks for coming back. But anyway, that's about it.
That's about it. Okay, so also remember November 11. We're gonna have 3 times for the bring a veteran friend. 9 a.m., 4:30, and 6 p.m. I know for a fact that Mayor's Challenge is gonna be here in their table, offering like giving all the resources for mental health for our veterans. Also, he's part of Elko Zero Suicides, and Elko Zero Suicides also has it's partner with mayors in all the everything, and even like we said is gonna be no charge for the drop in, but if you want to donate like $10, $5, $20. I put $20 on the flyer, but whatever you want to donate, those procedures goes for the veterans, for Mayor's Challenge, for Elko Zero Suicides, for all the work they're doing around this town. I want to congratulate Elko Zero Suicides because they won for best organization. Nonprofit
organization.
And
they won 2 awards in the Elko County Readers' Choice Awards. I can't remember what the other category
but
was.
I want to congratulate Lynette Vega that she's the president. She's been doing an amazing job.
And all the other ladies on that board.
Lori, Stormy, Carol, Wendy, Charlotte Wise,
Alex.
Me, Wendy Greener. They're amazing ladies. I love them. And we have a new member she's from Oahe. She represents Oahe. And I just want to say, like, all the work they do every day is amazing, and how they touching lives also is amazing. So thank you for that. But don't forget.
Yeah. Tuesday, November 11th.
November 11th. Bring a veteran friend. Bring a friend. It's a workout for mental health and also for the 22 veterans that we lose every day.
To suicide.
Whew. Anyways, what else?
I don't know. I think
that's about
what we wanted to talk about today.
But
thank you.
Send your questions, whatever you want to know. Questions to Cori, questions to me, anything that you want us to talk about, anything that you feel that we should talk about here. If you guys have a nomination to invite an athlete from CrossFit
that you want to hear about somebody's story, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Yes, I could. Yeah, absolutely. So anyone that wants to come in.
Yeah. Also remember, November, December, This is our attendance
Oh, yes.
competition.
Yeah, we have an attendance competition.
Yeah, whoever comes in the most times books personal training sessions, does nutrition session, and goal reviews, I think, count toward that too. So get your butts in here.
And you can win stuff.
Happy November. Happy holidays.
Thanksgiving is coming.
It's coming. I can't wait.
Yeah. So
it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but well, we're gonna keep you updated. We're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
As the ball rolls.
We'll keep rolling.
And keep watching us. Because we're watching you too.
Bye.
Bye.